Oh, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Coach Shabazz. SHA-PODCAST, episode number 2. First off, thanks so much to everybody who tuned in on the first podcast. Got about, a couple hundred views, so, your man just not getting cranked up. But I definitely appreciate all the support. Hopefully, you guys are locked in with me and, tune in, listen to every episode. Some great information I'm trying to just share with the world, share with all you guys, just letting you know, that you have an advocate for, several reasons. First off, our health, our fitness, our mental health for sure. All of those things are very, very important to me, and I'm an advocate to make sure that every last one of us are understood, are heard, and are getting good quality information, not just, someone's opinion. All my, my stances are based off facts, based off my expertise, and, obviously you can do what you want with them. We're all adults here, or, all our listeners have their own opinions and things of that sort, but just make sure you know that I don't consider my word to be law, just my take on things, okay? So, topic of today, man, is basketball season. And all these things that come to mind in terms of basketball season now, man. The landscape of basketball has changed so much since the days of, the 90s, even the 2000s when, we were playing basketball. And, playing basketball, you play with passion, you play for each other, you play to win. Nowadays it's so much about gaining offers, gaining NIL money, and not just basketball, I'll say, but collegiate sports in particular, even high school sports to a certain extent. Some guys are more concentrating on their brand, their NIL, as opposed to the passion and the love for the game. So my take today is, how do we merge the passion for the game for the business side of the game? And is it even possible to do that? So obviously, for what I do for a living every day, I have to have a strong passion for what I do. I have to have a strong passion for people, strong passion for fitness. That's the reason why a lot of times it comes off kind of aggressive at times, very, very assertive, because I understand the importance of taking care of your body, taking care of your health, etc. With sports, youth sports, team sports, even professional sports to an extent, I'm passionate about certain things. One thing being, most of these sports that I like to talk about, in particular basketball, football, they're team sports. Basketball, team sport, okay? 5-on-5, 12 to 15 guys on a roster, right? Now, the makeup of every team, you have one guy, obviously, maybe 2, 3 if you're lucky. They're just straight up scorers, bucket getters. They do that. That's their job. They're assassins on the offensive side of the court, okay? Then you have glue guys, hustle guys make the tough plays, guys that dive for loose balls, guys going to lead team in rebounds, guys going to draw the charge every time you need a charge drawn, that sort of stuff. Got guys coming off the bench who can come in, give energy, guys that come in also can score, come in, also lead the team, that sort of stuff, okay? The blessing that I've been able to share so many people, 23 state championships won. Here's what they all have in common. First of all, every team was, we had our share amount of talent. But the thing was, we played hard, which comes from playing with passion, and we played for each other. Every single team that I had was extremely, extremely unselfish. They would make the best play for each other. They would make the best play for their teammate. They're not afraid to set up their teammate to put their teammate in a better position to be successful, as opposed to just themselves. Sometimes what I did notice every now and then, there were teams where you have a couple of, they're always, what they say, one bad apple can spoil a bunch, or there's always a rotten apple, or whatever. Whatever the case may be. You always have one or two, maybe. Okay? You always have one that just refuses to follow the team mindset, the team atmosphere. And a lot of times on certain teams that I was privy to be a part of, they either just quit themselves and decided to go look for a different situation, or we had to have a real heart-to-heart and remove them for the team, because it's like a cancer. You don't let a cancer just fester on your team or just fester in your body. You try to remove that bad boy before it becomes detrimental to the rest of the body. So in team sports, it's the same thing. Sadly, nowadays, there are a lot of different external factors that play into the fact that team sports are just not the same anymore. When I was growing up, man, you wouldn't catch my mama, you wouldn't catch my pops calling my coach, emailing my coach. You wouldn't catch him going on to the court talking about my little Johnny need to be playing, or Raheem need to be playing more, or, you know, Raheem need to average 30 a game, so giving him the ball. And, parents let the coaches coach. Parents let the coaches do their job. And you know what the coaches did? Coaches did their job. The coaches served the athletes. The coaches served the school. You know what I mean? They served the community. That's what they did. And their job was not only to win games, but to be a role model and to be a mentor to these young boys or girls that were coming up. Because the coaches is the person that's in place to understand, to get the athletes to understand that I want you to know that your value lies way greater than just this sport that you're playing. Your value is in society, and your value will be in society. Chances are, if you're fortunate enough to be able to go to not only, let alone the professional level, but the college level, it's only a small percentage. The actual percentage is maybe 2% of high school athletes even are blessed with the opportunity to go to the college level and play. That's any level, D1, D2, D3, NAI, JUCO even. So their job is to make sure that they understand the principles that they need to be a successful person, a successful citizen, and not just an athlete. A lot of times, and I'll fast forward to nowadays, man, our parents, Lord have mercy, every parent, especially on the basketball court, every parent has told their child they are the GOAT. So what happens? At a very young age, little Derek come in the gym with the slides on, backpack on, walking extra slow, taking his time like the pace is up to him. There's no urgency. Everything is just cool. And man, I get there when I get there. I'm the GOAT. My mama and daddy said that, man, this team revolves around you, man, which is utter nonsense. All right. A lot of times, man, parents will, for lack of better words, poison the kid's mindset and wind up going opposite to the coach's philosophy. And coaches wind up fighting a battle, man, that is seemingly unwinnable. Especially nowadays with, on the collegiate ranks, you got the transfer portal, which is out of control. You even have kids in high school and parents in high school who treat high school like it has a transfer portal. Man, listen, let me tell you something. There have been kids that have transferred high schools 4 or 5 different times, once a year, and you can't tell these people that they might just actually be the problem. The problem was with every situation that they went to other than themselves. But you got to understand that when you play a team sport, you're one of many on a team. Chances are you need to fit the mold of the coach's philosophy, which is going to lead you guys to more team success, as opposed to you just drilling your own agenda, your own philosophy, putting yourself in a position to win so that you by yourself can be successful. I mean, if you're going to do that, just play an individual sport. Basketball, football, baseball, those kind of sports really aren't the place for that. Because what you find, really, you really want to be successful on the basketball court. You want to be successful on a football field. You want to be successful on the baseball field. Let me tell you exactly how to do that. First of all, in life, when you give, you win. Meaning it's a very selfless act to give. It's way more gratification than in giving and helping others. How does that translate onto the court or onto the field? When your sole purpose is trying to help people around you get better, you get better. Every aspect of your game improves when you're consciously helping other people around you help get better at other aspects of their game. Let me give you a fine example. I use LeBron James as an example, Michael Jordan as an example all the time because they're the two in the center of the GOAT debate. Okay? I'll use MJ first because he was the example first. It wasn't until year 6 or 7 where MJ's philosophy, that was influenced by Phil Jackson, his philosophy changed. He would score 38, 39 points a game. But at a certain point, he had to get to the mindset of, let me take my 38, 39 down to 30 And let me build Scottie Pippen's up from 7 points a game to 16, 17 points a game. Let me build Horace Grant's average up from 7, 8 points a game to 19 points a game. Now, instead of me being the only threat, now I have multiple threats. And then, Michael Jordan wasn't just dominant on the offensive side of the ball. He was dominant on the defensive side of the ball, which took more effort, which took less, me centered around me. It's about me being more aggressive, stopping the person in front of me, creating a turnover, working hard so that now we take the ball away from the other guy so that me and my team can go the other way and score. LeBron James is the exact same way. LeBron James, as you think, he's the all-time leading scorer in NBA history now. He's played 22 years, but you don't think scorer when you think LeBron James. You think passer first. And when you think assist, shoot, that whole principle behind that word is to assist or to help. So I'm literally assisting or helping somebody else improve their game. And we saw LeBron do it for years in Cleveland. He took average guys and made them into all-stars. So the principle of both of them, let's shoot. And now let me go to the football side of things here real quick. An easy example, obviously, is Tom Brady. Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl rings. Tom Brady's a quarterback. Tom Brady did not drop back to pass and then just take off and run every play. Tom Brady had multiple receivers, and the reason Tom Brady was so good is it didn't matter what receiver was plugged into their offense. This brother was dropping dimes on anybody. It didn't matter if it was Gronk. It didn't matter if it was Randy Moss. It didn't matter if it was Troy Brown. I'm going back a little bit for some of you young heads don't know who Troy Brown is, but it didn't matter if it was like Algie Crumpler when he was up there. It didn't really matter because it was Tom Brady. And Tom Brady understood, first of all, I know, here's another beautiful principle about it. Tom Brady knew his limitations. The brother knew he couldn't scramble, and he never scrambled. But Tom Brady was surgical with his arm. He's going to scan the field. He's going to make the right corrections, the right checks, the right audibles. He's going to find the open man. It don't matter who it was. And he's going to do what's best for his team to win. And after a while of doing that, man, there's dudes that became Hall of Famers because of Tom Brady. On the defensive side of the ball, you got a dude like Ray Lewis. Man, Lord have mercy. And I won't just use Ray Lewis because it seems like it's just one guy, but the relationship between Ray Lewis of the Baltimore Ravens and Ed Reed, who was this free safety. These two was the most wicked defensive tandem that we've ever seen. Ed Reed patrolling the secondary, so you ain't throwing nothing deep back there. Man, Ray Lewis was basically the quarterback of that defense, so anything coming across the middle, any hole that opens up at the line, he was all over that. The beautiful part about it, too, is on the defensive side of the football, you have to communicate with your teammates. You're not just back there worried about yourself. Yeah, I'm going to wait on this play. The free safety, Ed Reed, he's talking to the rest of the secondary, so they're aware of what's happening. Ray Lewis in the middle of the defense, so he's talking to the rest of the D-line to make shifts, and the rest of the linebackers so they know what's coming where. And they're out there calling out offensive plays sometimes because they studied the game so much, and they wanted the rest of their team to be prepared. So what did they do? They communicated. So if they communicate with each other, not only are they one of Hall of Famers, but they created an environment where they uplifted their teammates. They helped them step their game up, and they wound up winning multiple championships too. So if you can take anything from this, here's what I want you to take from it. Being selfish is ultimately not the right route to ultimate success, but being selfless is. Your ultimate success is going to come from helping others improve. NIL has us so wrapped up in ourselves because we're trying to get the best deal for ourselves. That stems from NBA free agency, NFL free agency. A lot of dudes don't even care about championships. They care about the bag. And it blew my mind. It blows my mind even now because a lot of times, man, let's say in the NBA in particular, NBA, man, a team will win a championship. Next thing you know, 3 or 4 guys off the team done sign somewhere else for way more money and the team is terrible. And you just won a ring. Like I thought the whole point of a sport was to compete for a championship, to prove that you are the best, you have the best team. And when you win a championship, that's the demonstration, that's the culmination of all of it. We are the best team. Nowadays it's about I want the most money, and I'm cool with that. I don't care about rings. All I care about is stats and my bread. I care about how much can this college pay me and if you don't pay me enough, I'm out of here. Now, here's the thing about it, too. You have people who will say stuff like, well, coach has been doing it for years. Coach has been doing it for years. Coaches, don't care about loyalty to no kids and blah, blah, blah. A lot of times, man, coaches, first of all, these are adult men who have families that they're responsible for. So any man who is the CEO of their family, first of all, I got to put my family in the best position to survive or to provide for my family long term. Somebody say, well, kids got family too. A lot of times, a lot of kids get in trouble because they grow up too fast. And they put the responsibility on themselves. Or even parents a lot of times put the responsibility on a superstar kid, and now they can't even be a kid anymore. Now they have to be responsible for grown folks. Stresses them out. Then they crash and burn way too early because all they thinking is, let me make all this money. Let me make all this money. Listen to the wrong people. Let me make my money, my money. But then, if nobody's taught them loyalty, if nobody's taught them responsibility, if nobody's taught them discipline, they're gonna make all their bread, and then they're gonna lose it real fast because nobody taught them how to handle their situations responsibly. Nobody taught them how to handle and fight through adversity. The society nowadays teaches our kids to run when adversity hits. It does. It teaches you that if you don't like something, run. If you don't like something, go find another situation. If you don't like something, it's not your fault, it's coach's fault, and you go find another situation. Man, I know listen, man, I'm in Memphis. And I've been in the sports world basically since I got here. Basketball, football, it doesn't matter. Guys, I've seen high school kids that transfer schools 5 times, go on to college, transfer 5, 6 times, and wonder why their collegiate career hadn't added up to nothing because your foundation was rocky from the start. You didn't want to fight through no adversity. You don't know what hard times is, and when you see a hard time, you run. So when you're setting yourself up for failure as an adult because not everything is going to go your way. Matter of fact, a lot of things aren't going to go your way. When you become 30 years old and you're not playing your sport anymore, something don't go your way. Are you going to pout, you're going to crash and burn, or you're going to man up, fight through adversity, and get some resolution and get some results? All right? A couple things that's been on my heart. Before I leave, I'm going to tell you guys the Shabazz Fitness app is now available on all app stores. If you are interested in training with me online, just training with me. If you're not in Memphis, you're not in the Memphis area, what I want you to do, you can download my app. Like I said, Team Shabazz Fitness. You let me know you've downloaded it, and I will plug you in so that you can have access to training. You set up your payment, your payment options, your program options that you choose. That's your choice. Excuse me, Lord have mercy. Also, all about socials. Team Shabazz1 is my Instagram. Raheem Shabazz, Facebook. You guys want to donate to support the podcast? Send to the Cash App. $, Shabazz Coach. Any donations definitely appreciated. Guys, I hope you guys got something out of what I said, man. And the whole objective and goal for today was when stuff gets hard, you fighting, you see adversity coming. You young athletes, you old adults, anybody, I don't care. Don't run from it. You fight through it. You figure it out, you fight through it, and you will find yourself winning because of the struggle itself. The other thing is being selfish will not lead to your success. Being selfless always does. All right, man. This is Coach Shabazz. I love y'all.